So, the call of the soil, the English proves I am going to start with this 1.3. Okay, if you see in my videos, I had completed the poems, all the poems of 11th standard Maharashtra Board English. So today we will learn the call of the soil, a scent of rice, a scent of rice, call of the soil. Okay, so it is related to the soil, which means we can say in Hindi mitti, right? So there are some icebreakers are there that you can solve it by yourself. We can say before eating apples brought from the market, I wash and peel them off. Okay, before eating apple, what we are doing? We are washing and we are peeling off, and then we are eating. In a farmer's market, we find pesticide seeds, right? So this kind of things you need to write by yourself. You need to complete the following Venn diagram, the varieties of the rice which are available in the shop, grocery shop. Okay, so these are the icebreakers. Now let's come to the poet who had written the call of the soil. Venkatesh Varan. In short, Venkat Iyer. He was born in 1966. When he was born in 1966, Venkateshwaran Iyer. In short, it is called as Venkat Iyer. He was born in 1966. And Venkat Iyer is a science graduate and certified project management professional. So basically, the writer is from science graduate and is certified project management professional. And he last worked with IBM in Mumbai as a project manager for software implementation. So he worked in Mumbai in very big company, IBM company. It is very famous in Mumbai, and he worked as a project manager over there. Which kind of project he is working for? Software implementation. Okay. After 17 years in the IT industry, he quit in 2004 to live on his organic farm in Peth village in Dhanu Taluka, Palghar district in Maharashtra. So, if I talk about the writer is science graduate, certified project management professional, and he's coming, and he has a many experience in IT industry, and after 17 years, he quit his job in 2004. Why? Because he went to live in his village, Palghar district, Dhanu, Peth village. Okay. His book, The Moon Over Microchips. The Moon Over Microchips traces his transition from techie to farmer over a period of 15 to 17 years. So his book is this, The Moon Over Microchips. In this book, he traces that the transition of his techie to farmer over a period of 15 to 17 years. It was not a career change, but a lifestyle change I was looking for. So he said that in his book, it is not a career change, it is a lifestyle that he was looking for. He says about the decision. He talks about his decision to shift to the quieter environs of a village. He insisted on practicing organic farming from the outset. Okay, organic farming from the organic farming from the outset. He was resolute in spite of numerous challenges which he faced. So he was resolute in spite of numerous challenges which he faced. So the writer has written a book. The name of the book is this Mung over Mycojin. So his transition phase is there in this book from techie to farmer. Okay, so he's explaining whatever he intentionally want to live this lifestyle, and he he is explaining about his difficulty phase, what kind of problem he had faced in his book. Today, not only does he deliver a lecture on organic farming, now he is a lecturer, not only deliver organic farming, but also join hands with the organic farmer and NGOs working in the organic field to propagate organic farming, to ensure that the land at least is not ravaged while they try to make living out of agriculture. So here now in the present day, the person Venkateswaran Iyer is not only giving lectures on organic farming. Now you will say, what is organic farming? Organic farming is nothing but a farming which is done by a natural way, not in a pesticides and everything, right? Okay, so he's saying that he also give lectures and NGOs, and he ensure that the land at least is not washed, is not ravaged while they try to make a living out of agriculture. Clear? So in short, if you see the Venkateswaran, he is from IT field and he quit his job in 2004 and he started doing a job of agriculture. He became a farmer. So in his book Mungwarchik is explaining about his transition phase, and we will understand in this book, in this chapter only, what kind of problem he faced while transitioning himself from techie to agriculture, techie to farmer. Okay. Now the call of the soil. Okay, the scant of rice. The first crop. It was April 2004. It was April 2004. I stood in the middle of the lush green of green ground and looked around me. So he's saying that it was in April month, in 2004. He stand near the middle of the land which is surrounded by the mung. Okay, mung. It was just before sunrise. Which means in the morning, and the sky was turning a bright orange. Okay, so he explained that in the early morning, and the sky was just turning to bright orange. The ground was damp and the leaves were shining with dew. Okay, the ground was damp and the leaf was shining with the dew. Okay, with dew. My bare feet were muddy as I walked around, very cautious and inspecting the plants. So he is explaining about his in April he stand in the khet. Okay, he is explaining about the surrounding. The leaves are with dew, and he is walking without chappal, and there are mud are there. Okay, and inspecting the plants. Okay, now around me, he is saying that around me Just imagine, okay, you also imagine, I am also imagining. Just imagine, he's saying that he stand near the land and surrounding there are plants are there with the dew before sunrise. The the sky is becoming orange, okay, and he's inspecting the plants around me, which means around him where rows of chiku trees, like there are chiku trees are there, rows of chiku trees are there, and below a dense the leaf of foliage, dense foliage, which means there are very ghana foliage, the leaves of a trees and plants, okay, the dense of the leaves of a moon. So there are below him the chiku trees, and below there are foliage of moon. There is a plants of a moon. At that point, I could not have asked for anything more. Okay, and the moon plants not more than 2 feet tall, and this and he said he didn't ask anything more, and the moon plants was 2 feet tall and had green pods hanging out. Okay, the green pods are nothing but the it is a part of a plant. The pods were not yet ripe, and there were light first growing on them. So he is explaining about the moon, but trees there are green pods are there, it not growing them. There was still some time before the harvest. There was some time before the harvest. I felt exhilarated. So the writer is trying to explain about when he was in the mid of the land. So he is explaining about around him there is a chiku trees are there. The moon are plants are very very dense, and then the in the moon trees the pods are there. The pods are not grown, and there was still time before the harvest. I felt before the harvesting I felt like exhilarated. I stood watching the sunrise. Like he's saying that he stood watching the sunrise above the towering trees across the fence, and slowly made my way back to the house. So he looked at the sunrise, and slowly he walked towards the house. A white structure in the middle of this greenery. There is a white structure in the middle of this greenery. I could not believe that. I could not believe that I was the owner of this land, and that I was looking at my first crop as a farmer. After I had paid after I had paid advance money for the land. I thought I would have some time to get familiar with farming. So he explained that when he walked towards the house, he saw a white structure in the middle of the land, and he can't believe that like he is the owner of the land. Okay, and he paid advances also. But Murudada is the next character now. Murudada, the broker who got us the land. Murudada is a person who get him the land and had other ideas. He was keen that we, he was also keen that like we plant mung at once, and I was not prepared for this. So the writer is saying that Murudada is a person he because of him he got the land in Peth village, Dhanu railway, Dhanu, and he was also had ideas. He said to him like you can also plant mung, but the writer is not ready for it. I was still reading books. I was still reading books and trying to figure out what could sow and how we should go about it. So the writer is saying that he was reading books and trying to figure out how could and what we could sow, which means what we can plant, and should go about it. Murudada was quite firm. He said he said the season was right. He said the season was right for sowing moong, and the best seed were available in Surat, in the adjacent state of Gujarat. So basically, he was interested in reading a book, okay, and he was reading also. Then Murudada said to him, like, it is the best time for sowing a seed of a moong, and you will get the best seed in adjacent to Maharashtra, in Gujarat, in Surat, like Surat, which is near the Gujarat. Okay. I made a quick trip to Surat, and after that, Murudada said to him, then he went to the quick trip. Then he made to the quick trip to Surat, and bought around 10 kg of moong. Okay. Then he made a quick trip to Surat and bought around 10 kg of moong. Okay. Then after that, he went to the Surat and he bought a 10 kg of moong. Clear? Murudada give me a Murudada rented his tractor to plough the land and quickly planted moong all over the place. So Murudada said to the writer, like, go to the Surat and take the moong. So he went and 10 kg he brought. Then Murudada give it to the writer, and the writer so this. Okay. A few days later, we were overjoyed to see tiny green leaves. So after a few days, like, they were overjoyed to see the tiny green leaves. I had never seen moong growing before. Like, then the writer is saying that he never seen the moong growing before and was thrilled at sight, and was thrilled at the sight, and it was the same thrill I had felt as a young boy, and it was the same thrill that I was felt as a young boy. And when I saw the first of the hibiscus, and when I saw the first of the hibiscus, I had planted bloom at the railway quarters in Vilepalve in Mumbai. It was grateful to have taken more advice. So basically, the writer is trying to explain that he never saw any plant like growing like this. But when he was lived in Vilepalve, he had planted something, right? Which means a blue hibiscus. Okay, and he takes the more advice. The next thing the Murudada wanted to do was the next thing what Murudada wanted to do with him to spray some pesticide on the plants, and he claimed that it would give a higher yield, and this was something we did not want to do, and we were clear that we would not use any chemicals and try to explain it to him. So then Murudada said to the writer that put the chemicals and pesticides, and the writer explained him, like, I don't want to do this. Okay. Murudada said, no, you have to put the pesticides because the moong will grow very fastly. And we were clear that we would not use any chemicals, and explained to him. He reacted as if we had suggested harakari. So he reacted what? As if we had suggested harakari, a formal way of killing yourself by cutting open your stomach with a sword. If he had suggested, he reacted. How he reacted? He when when the writer said to him, like, we are not going to spray the chemicals and pesticide. So he reacted that, like, we are the mad person, like we are wasting our time. It took a lot of convincing to ensure that it took a lot of convincing to ensure that Murudada and his friend did not use chemical on the farm. Okay, so it thinks a lot of, like, then writer is saying that it takes efforts to convince him, like, no, not to use the chemicals in the farm. Okay, they refuse to understand how crops could grow. They refuse to understand how crop could grow without spray. So Murudada was explaining that he never seen the crops can be grown without spray. They refuse to understand. Then, contrary to what everyone had told, then at that time, what everyone had told us, nature did her job and she needed no bribes to get the work done. So then, contrary to they understood. Everyone had told us, like, nature did the job. Nature doesn't want bribe. Soon it was harvest time and we managed. Soon it was harvest time and we managed a respectable 300 kilogram. Okay, we managed respectable 300 kg. And Afu, a lot of move with its lot of confidence. Okay, after harvesting, they got 300 kg, and now I was certain the land was fertile, and that it was possible to grow crops without chemicals. It was major moral booster. I am stopping here till now. We have understood about him, like he went to the Panvel, and Murudada is another character. Murudada initiated him to go to the Gujarat and take the input, and Murudada was not accepted because he didn't want any kind of pesticides in his agriculture. Clear?